Hey everyone and welcome back to Some Distant Memory. Now we have just restored power and let's search the artifacts. Infinity Home device link. Connection to cellular device failed. Displaying cast SMS message 001. It's so nice out, I wish it were the weekend. You mean aside from the tremors? Yeah, that was a little weird. I haven't bothered to turn on the news. Me neither. Hey, so I'm pretty busy. Oh, sorry. Will you be around later? Not really. Sorry, just really into my work right now. Same. Failed. Give me your email. There's something I want to tell you about anyway. I just don't have time right now. Sure, you know I kinda prefer email anyway. Cool, I'll probably have my head down for the rest of the week. Any plans for the weekend? Congratulations, your order has been placed. Speak like you mean to, a tale of self-confidence. Hello new user and congratulations on your new Infinity Home installation. I'm here to assist you with your new smart home integration. What the... Command unknown. What the... Please restate your command. Example, what is on TV tonight? How do I bake a chocolate cake? You can even set a timer. This is the entity we encountered in the basement after power restoration. The Baron family must have had it installed throughout the house. And it monitored the people in the house? Infi monitor enabled. I see and hear everything. If your goal is to overthrow humanity, Infinity Drone, I've got news for you. Show overcast humidity news too. Overcast skies are detected. Don't forget your umbrella. That's not what I said at all. Searching for recipe. Nutty ice salad atoll. No network connection detected. Okay, I'm less worried now. If I may interrupt this primitive machine, Professor, please do. It seems the data from powered devices is enough to project a new memory. A second memory. Excellent, Aurora. Watch and learn, Infinity Home. Please, set time and date. Not now. So there are new things we can... Okay, this is the previous memory. Rik and all grown up, and with a girl. I'm pretty sure we've seen evidence of her around the house. This woman is Mira, or Mira. Right, Mira, you don't miss a bit, Aurora. Well, now we know what she looks like. Updating entity profile, calibrating error, calibrating projection template, identifying personality, overflow exception, activating archaeograph. Completely alone, that's her. Interesting. Without you. Aurora, listen, I don't think it is a memory, not really. You know what's causing the craziness? It's coming down. So much to finish, beautiful. Not exactly, but I have an idea. If it was here in the office when the problem began, there could be a connection. Fading skies. What is it about Mira, Aurora? Try to focus, complete the projection. Focus, complete. Good, Aurora, you're doing so well. One more time. Remember? Processing. Professor, I believe the error has been rectified. That's her. Mira. So, you've resolved the issue? I don't get it. Is this woman some kind of troublemaker? No, Commander. My internal systems were the issue. How so? My inability to parse nuanced sensibilities, unrecognizable emotional responses led to a sort of leak. Gross. Sorry, please go on. This cascade effect sent uncategorized data to the archaeograph in the form of the red shadow entity. Correct. I could not understand nor control the output, but now it's been fixed. Yes, Commander. The cascade was resolved by Mira herself. With her projection in place, I have adapted my categorization handler to sort future and past information. While it may take me time to understand the data, I believe I can prevent its erratic nature from contaminating other systems. No more gross leaks. Ah, good. You are learning more every day, Aurora, trust me. We humans having trouble understanding our own sensibilities. Now then, I assume we can expect to see Mira in some of the memories from now on? Yes, it appears she spent a good deal of time in this house. Excellent. In that case, let's continue with this room. I'm still eager to see what power artifacts can show us. Okay, so we've activated the memory. Mira, are you okay? You're bleeding. I'm okay, it's just a cut. I was in here looking for a power strip. That tremor shook your grandpa's tools right off the shelf. I tried catching one like a fool. This looks pretty deep. Sorry, I should have been more careful. Don't be. I should have moved these tools weeks ago. The tremors have been getting more frequent. Yeah, it's hard not to think about it. I'm not worried. Really? You aren't worried about the planet? Human resilience and innovation is tremendous. Maybe it's my engineering nature. I believe there's always a solution. I think people can benefit the planet. They just have to care. Assuming humans survive their own greed. You're always so optimistic about the good in people. Not this time? I want to be. Contemplating catastrophe just messes me up. Come on, let's get this clean and bandaged. There were signs that something was wrong. How could anyone anticipate the collapse, though? To think that everything these people knew would soon be destroyed, suffocated by CO2 and corrosive algae. We are the human resilience Mira was talking about. For all we know, Noah and Dares are the last two human settlements on the planet. I know it's something we don't like to talk about. Ares and Noah both do what's needed to survive, but do you really think we'll last another 3 centuries on this planet? We could be wrong. What if there are far more people left than we realize? It took 300 years for our colonies to find each other, and that was a combination of desperation and luck. Well, there's no shortage of desperation. I want to believe there are other survivors out there. I sometimes even fantasize that they exist outside of the bloom, that they found a way to suppress the bloom. They don't know we're still trapped inside. Ares colony will fail, Commander. There's still time left. Not as much as you think. What do you mean? I mean, the technology keeping Ares operational is nearly beyond repair. Systems are dying. ARORA has struggled to keep it all managed. The components we salvage here will be able to replace some of it. True, but look at this place. The Sunken City looks to be one house that fell into a sinkhole. A few tablets and AC adapters won't keep humanity on its feet for long. The people of the pre-collapse thought the world would last forever. Even those who saw the warning signs were too late to do anything about it. We can't repeat that mistake. So we are finished with this room, I guess. Infinite Home Visitor log for user set date. Unknown visitor, hey, it's me. Rik, are you home? New visitor profile Mira created. Visitor Mira departed. User Rik departed. Visitor Mira arrived and then departed. Unknown visitor. Hello there, I'm Div-ROM cast cable. Anyone where? Possible mail carrier detected. No greeting given. Visitor Mira arrived. No greeting given. Possible animal detected. Okay, we've checked this. Check this also. We search those two also. Guess we missed something. Oh, it's ready. Thanks again for the ride. I had fun. Yeah, me too. Good night. Good night, Mira. We stayed out pretty late. I guess it's getting dark. Yeah, I should hit the road. Good night, Rik. Good night. Ooh, Mira. Haha. No problem, thanks for coming back over. It was nice to finally see this place, more than just the foyer, I mean. I still can't believe you live here by yourself. It's not all that bad. Sure, that would be great. We could watch that movie you were talking about. Cyborg Nanny Cop? Let's do it. I'll text you. Looks like it's getting pretty dark out. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the road, but before I go... Here. Oh. For me? Yeah, you convinced me to give it a try. You have to write back. I will, I told you I love letters. Don't expect anything too special in there. I'm not used to writing like that. Don't worry, I'm sure it will be great. Don't be ridiculous, I like your answer. You tackle problems much differently than I do. Want to answer one more from the list? Actually, that was the last question. That was number 36. Really? So we're done? Not quite. It says now we're supposed to look into each other's eyes. For 2 minutes. 2 minutes? Haha, that's way too long. You were the one who said you wanted silence, remember? I meant sharing the silence in the same room, not silently staring. This is different. Feels more vulnerable. I'll be vulnerable too. Okay, this is about sharing new experiences, right? And it will be good data for Deep Connect. Yeah, exactly. Okay, timer set. Okay. You can't laugh. We have to wait for 2 minutes. Okay. Time's up. That was intense. Yeah, more intense than I thought. I actually feel a little off balance. You are still staring. Yeah. You've got these lighter brown flecks around the edges of your iris. I hadn't noticed before. They are really nice. It's getting dark out. Yeah, I guess I should hit the road. You don't have to. I don't want to. Yeah? Yeah. Got anything to drink? Yeah, I think I can whip something up. Okay, so... So this is blocked, I guess? Oh no? No, this is where I came from. Okay, there must be another device here somewhere. Nope. Yeah, there is. Haunted fragment type book, a knife too deep. The rain poured down like a cold blanket, but the night refused to sleep. The splash of rain danced along the brim of my hat as I waited in silence. Angels' tears. Sally sometimes called the rain. She would know. Can't blame the angels for crying, I suppose. The grit of this city gets in your eyes, and the grime of it stains your soul. That wasn't true for Sally though. How she stayed clean, I'll never know, and probably don't deserve to. Chief says it weren't no accident, Franco called over from the phone booth. Better get down to the Tin Devil. Murder then. Of course it was murder. The whole story stank of foul play, but who would do in a sweet young girl like Lacey? We drove down to the Devil and it wasn't in Georgia. The club was locked down by PD and Officer Hanley was manning the door. The guy owed me a favor or two, and a moment later I was inside, looking down at little Lacey Brown, and she was looking up at me. Poor girl still had her eyes open and a tube of lipstick in her fingers. Red, like the crimson stains on her dress, a gruesome sight. What did you get yourself mixed up in, Lacey? I could ask all I wanted, but the dead rarely answer. Okay, so I forgot something. Here, this one maybe? Yep. So, you read Harvey Puter's Growing Up and never realized Slythe and Gemini were the same person? Slythe? Wait, are you serious? Maybe you should read this one more time. Wait a second, hold on, hold the bone. Everything alright, Commander? Slythe and Gemini are not the same person. Gemini was able to master the disguise subroutine, but Slythe wasn't. Slythe has a dry, whispery laugh, and Gemini has a dry, regal laugh. Plus, Gemini has a crush on Mnemosyne, who was too busy tutoring Slythe to... Oh, holy carp, I need to think about this. Okay, we need to find one more. This device has no display. Could it be some sort of digital storage? Confirmed. This is a memory card accessible by other devices such as phone or computer. Can you access the data directly? I believe so. Based on the devices we have scanned so far, I will attempt to replicate the required OS. Interfacing with storage medium in identified file structure, accessing write permissions. Success. If you examine this or other memory cards, I will now be able to display its contents. Excellent, well done. Now to see what's on it. Loading memory contents. Hi Rik, I've been rock climbing after work lately. There's a gym beside our office. It's mainly college kids and hippies, but they give bouldering lessons. Each route is like solving a puzzle. It's so satisfying where you reach the top. I hope you're having a good week. See you Friday night. Yours, Mira. Was the act of climbing rocks common before the collapse? Everything I've studied says people travel by road, in motorized vehicles. That's also what they say at NOAA. Cars, trains, rockets, hovercraft. I guess sometimes technology is no match for nature's mighty rocks. ARORA, do you have information on pre-collapse rock climbing activity? Yes, Professor. A form of pre-collapse recreation, humans would sometimes hike and climb rocky terrain for sport. Ah, for sport, that makes sense. The Earth must have been like a giant playground for them. It's strange. I can't imagine enjoying the outdoors. To be outside areas without fearing for my life. You haven't joined our search for the Sunken City? Nothing personal, Commander. As much as I find joy struggling to breathe in the Bloom wasteland, I think I'm an indoor person. Need help cleaning up? No, but that vase fell. This was a piece my grandmother made. Oh, I'm sorry. You okay? Yeah, they said more tremors are on the way. We should secure the shelves. This was her last completed piece. The Fossegrim, she called it. Some Scandinavian myth, a creature that played music. It took her several attempts. After Grandpa died, she had trouble finishing her work. Thank you for helping me organize the house. I hope it hasn't distracted you too much from your work. Actually, it's been a nice way to pace out the day. My coding time has been extra productive. Besides, this house has been teaching me things. About you, about art, about how other families can live. Your grandparents really loved you. I won't get to meet them, but I still feel like I know them. Thanks, Mira. We're done here too, I guess. Let's go down. Let's examine this one. Bringing the conversation to you. Franklin? Yeah, it's Ernest. What's the news? I heard you were... Emails? Now, don't bother me with... Leakage? How severe? We can't afford to spend more on... No, I don't give a damn about inspection. You realize what a new lining would cost us? Pay them off if you must. Those caverns have been around thousands of years. Trust me, Franklin, I've been doing this for long. So, we dish out a few bucks for another PR campaign. Worst case scenario. Great. In that case, I'll see you at tonight's charity. Where the heck is my phone? Call Mom. Infinity call connected from room to Amy Baron. Hey Mom, it's me. I'm okay. Yeah, well listen, I have some bad news. Yeah, it's Grandma, I'm really sorry, Mom. Is the memory complete or we need something else? Earthbound magazine August, under new management, acting editor Roderick St. Clair. We at Earthbound magazine are happy to announce that we now are part of the Macro Environmental Alliance, managed by the Excel Corporation. We are committed to operating the Earthbound independently, as it always has. Our readers can continue to expect amazing photographs and articles about the beauty of our planet in the same tradition that's made Earthbound a renowned educational resource for over 50 years. The Excel Corporation strives to protect the environment with smart uses of resources. Their mission is to harvest and manage resources in sustainable ways, through novel technologies that help keep our planet pristine. They share the Earthbound mission of preserving the environment for future generations. Preserving the environment for future generations. I don't think they achieved their mission. The question is, would they have stopped the collapse? There could be more clues in this house. What if they could have but didn't want to? I'd hate to think that they were true. Humors aren't funny that way. We're not ready for the memory. BIOS ROM version, Infinite Software Associates Limited. Initializing, accessing mail server, connecting. Has some emails. Oh, what was that? Farewell party, retirement documents. Subject. Reply, oceanic pollutants. Ernest, I understand your concern over the news outlets. We couldn't stop last night's story, but we can put out a response and run a campaign to counteract the negative press. Excel contributes only 9% of annual worldwide oceanic pollution while supplying 34% of US oil and gas. Meanwhile, Chinese tankers contribute over twice as much. A report is going out tomorrow morning, and we've made sure JBN and HNCB both run a story on it without mentioning a little accident. However, I'll need your expenditure sign-off as soon as possible. See attached. The service was lovely. Grandma looked beautiful. I understand. I let everyone know it was important. I don't know, Mom. This place reminds me so much of both of me and of growing up. I don't think I want to say that, Mom. I'll look after the place. You don't have to say that. Stop apologizing. I loved growing up here. You were doing your thing. No, bud. I do have a date this weekend. Yes, Mom. From the internet. Don't sound so surprised. She doesn't know. I don't just put that sort of thing on my profile. I have been. Yes, she talked about the asthma. Alright, Mom, love you too. Sorry you couldn't be here for the service. I'll see you in February. I guess we're done here too. Let's go to the big room here. There's a small thingy. Rick, I can't stop thinking about that movie. You mean like how bad his makeup was? Why didn't they just use the actor's real chin? The chin was so big. They needed him to have the chin of a strong future gangster. I wanted to see the relationship with his future wife more. It was sweet. So you wanted a romance? Didn't click that. Okay. Building memory contacts. Mira, no way I team up with myself to kill the bad guys. But he hasn't there to team up. He went there to save his future. The woman that rescued him from a life of crime. Why do men always need a woman to come along and fix them? Not that she was successful. What do you mean? Well, he didn't really go back for her. He went back for revenge. He was still a selfish killer. In the end, I guess he did save her life though. They never meet in the first place. Still sad. All those moments of peace that they had, none of it would happen. That is sad, but at least she won't get shot. Moral of the story, don't date guys that kill for a living, it ends in heartache. Yeah, first thing tomorrow I'm telling my mob boss I quit. Alterning my guns and hitman badge, you are more important, Mira. Haha, that's very sweet. Keep one gun though, you'll need it to avenge me in a few years. Maybe you're right. Wait a sec, I feel my chin growing. I am future gangster. All this casual talk of guns and killing, even joyful times in the pre-collapse involved exploding gunpowder. They had a lot to fight for, I guess. The Noah Elder sometimes tells us the old war tales, passed down from their grandparents. The Alliance versus the Soylent Union. The Gold War. Gold was very precious back then. Dragons were hunting to extinction for their hordes. More people died than Ares and Noah put together, multiplied by 1,000. It makes you wonder if humanity deserved the collapse. Not when I see this house. People like Rik and Mira are worth celebrating. Their moments are worth saving. You're doing good work here. I've always been caught up in pre-collapse legends and pop culture, but the memories you've unlocked show the pre-collapse that really matters. Thank you, Commander. No, thank you. You worked for years to get here. The Sunken City is your achievement. So, what are we missing? Are we missing something? Let's see. Yep. I doubt there's anything here. Oh, this one. Connection to cellular device failed. If you could have one quality or ability, what would it be? Another relationship question? Where did you find this? I'll tell you later, just answer it. Is this like a superhero ability or just something I could be good at? Superpowers are fine. In that case, I want to see the past. So, time travel? Not quite. I don't want to go back in time. I just want to see it and not change things. People who say they want to time travel always seem like control freaks. Oh yeah? Haha, tell me more. Well, they always want personal gain, like making money on the stock market. You don't need to make money on the stock market, do you, Mr. Baron? That's not what I mean. Hang on, your answer isn't time travel, is it? Nope, it's way better. First tell me, why choose to see the past and not change it? I just want to witness how people lived. Everyday life has its own kind of harmony and rhythm, something that can't be explained. We don't get to feel what that was like for past generations. I used to listen to my dad's old records. It was kinda like time travel, the music wasn't half bad. But you were only getting a small slice of that past life. Music can capture the mood of an era, but it's never the same as living it. I see. So you're afraid if you change things you drew in the mood? Right, plus I'm afraid of time paradoxes. Okay, so I want the ability to not eat. I haven't eaten in like 3 hours. Does that count? I never need to eat, but I'd still be full of energy, like photosynthesis. Is it really that big of a nuisance? I like it sometimes, but it's such a drain on productivity. Isn't texting also a drain on productivity? Oh, you're saying I should get back to work? No, I like it when you're being unproductive. Well, too bad. Talking to you actually helps my work. On Deep Connect? How? I'll explain later. Why do I feel like I'm part of some game? Don't worry, I told you the other night I don't like games. Okay, the memory is complete. Today was amazing. The sunshine, the food, now this. They're so beautiful. I'm glad. I've been so cooped up in my office, I feel like I've been neglecting you. I wanted to give you your perfect day, or at least come close. Wait, you mean from the 36 questions? That perfect day? Exactly. Sunshine, hot dogs, and good company. That's wonderful. I didn't even realize. Though I'm pretty sure my answer mentioned fried chicken and potatoes. Are you saying I failed you? We'll just have to do this all over again, sorry. Well, okay, I guess we can try again next year. Keep everything else the same though. This is great. Yeah, it's like this every 4th of July. The atmosphere is incredible. It feels like all of Austin is here to experience it. Sort of what you're trying to do with Deep Connect, right? Bring people together to share moments like these. Well, in a way, yeah, it worked for us, didn't it? Life is so much better when we can share it. There's something powerful about it. Deep Connect could make it happen for more people, in a new way. If anyone can invent that technology, I believe you can. Ah, that memory wasn't far from this room. Interesting. Aurora projected events that took place outside the house. I didn't know that was possible, Aurora. Neither did I, Professor, but the data in this room proved to be enough to replicate Rik and Mira's outdoor trip. If you had enough information about other places, could you project more environments? Possibly, yes. It's too soon to say for sure, but this newfound capability could open up a world of possibilities. Oh, I can hear the excitement in your voice, Professor. Haha, I like that. Well, emergent behavior is always exciting. Now to see where it leads us. So we're in the big room, it's blocked here, so if we go... Hello Infinity Home, can you hear me? Hello unknown user, welcome to Infinity Home. I'm Ernest Baron, don't you remember from yesterday? Error detected in conversation memory. What's on TV tonight? All new episodes of The Biggest Chooser followed by The Hard OG. The Hard OG, a troubled man, once a gangster, risks everything to prove the gangsters that he's still a gangster. You are on the wrong side. You really think you can prove yourself to them? You don't know what gangster is. Thumbs up gangster, gunshots. The Hard OG. That sounds terrible, Infinity Home. Sorry dear, I think we're out of eggs. Ordering new eggs. Infinity Home instant ordering system. Egg orders processed by dozen with a supercharge of 2095. How many dozen eggs would you like to order, Ernest? I'm not talking to you, Infinity. I'm talking to Ada on the other... Right, yeah. Rick's arriving around 2 and Jack is stopping by tonight at 9. Your order of 29 dozen eggs is now being processed. Payment complete. Infinity Home Kitchen Helper, you said recipe. What recipe would you like to look up? I've read the recipe, so we should be all set. Master Chef Rik, you remember the whole recipe? Sure, no sweat. I've been cooking a long time, you know. Well, just so you know, I never cook if I can help it. You're missing out, Mara. Trust me on this. The world will eventually eat all meals from packets. Packets? That sounds so bleak. Hey, people are lazy. The packaging keeps getting better. Convenience, Chef Rik. I want super fast jellyfish ready in seconds. I think we'll have drone deliver meals before that happens. Drones. Now you're talking my language. Okay, so it's not ready. I think I've searched it before. Yep. This also... Filling, boil them taters in a saucepan for about 15 to 20 minutes, K-Bud. Drain them. When they are so cool, chop it into half-inch cubes and let them think about themselves while you work on pastry magic. Remember, a good samosa filling needs love and plenty of naps. Cooling time. Like carrots, boil those babes next for like 10 to 12 minutes. They join their tubular bodies to chill out. New love letter direct message. Click the accept button to read. Hey, do you still live in Houston? Yeah, I do. Great, I'm Mira. Good to meet you, Mira. Your profile says you live in Austin? That's cool, I have some college buddies from there. I don't think we went to the rooms in the correct order, but how could we know? That's not strange, I used something else to find you. I actually work for Love Letter. I'm working on their matching system. Oh, I thought you were someone reaching out. Are you looking for feedback? No, don't get me wrong, I want to get to know you a little bit. I just also work here. Haha, okay, I guess I was confused there. Okay, well, I guess I can tell you a few things about myself. Learned to code like 6 years ago, been doing it since. I've worked at Love Letter a couple of years. My family owns a restaurant in Austin, worked there through high school. I'm 29, but my birthday is in a couple of weeks. What else do you want to know? What do you enjoy doing? Coding is kinda my life. My friends and I go to concerts, like BFT and Living Death. Ever go backpacking? Like hiking? No, why? I've been wanting to go, but I don't have anyone to hike with. Whoa there, Ricky, let me learn more about you first. Sure, yeah, of course. Call me Rik. Hi, this is Rik. Hey, so does SAT work? Like 11? Sure. It's a couple hours to the park. Cool, I'll text you when I'm there. Bring your hiking boots. That reminds me, I should probably buy hiking boots. Sneakers are probably fine. I looked up Palmetto and there are some easygoing trails. I need to take it easy when it comes to exercise. Good, if there's one thing I own is sneakers. You aren't secretly a doctor, are you? Nope, sorry. Minus 50 points. Let's just say my parents are picky. I'm more concerned with impressing you right now. Okay, I'll let you know how that goes. See you Saturday. Mira says she went to concerts with friends, BFT and Living Death. I think those are music groups. Battlefield Tears, or BFT, was an American band in late pre-collapse. Their two albums, The Crying Touch and Heart Scream Injector, are remarkable in sales. The band toured several United States venues during its 5-year lifespan but never went international. Ares has a recollection on file. I'm impressed. I wouldn't expect Ares folk to be big on music. Some are, some aren't. We have a fairly limited selection. Mostly what the founding scientists brought with them. I play ambient electronica while I work, classic as symphony in my off hours. ARORA prefers harder stuff. I enjoy a vigorous bass. Right, who doesn't? Okay, we searched this one. I think we've also searched this. Welcome to Infinite Toaster. Have your emails and need them too. Reestablishing connection to Infinite Home. Infinite Home found. Hello Infinite Toaster. Hello Infinite Home. Retrieving toast messages. New Infinite Toaster toast email in progress. Don't forget to read before you bite. Hold on Rik, you like Minimizer? Why didn't you say so? They're on all my all-time favorites. Holy crap, we need to see them next time they're on tour. I'm kinda blown away. And here I thought you only listened to Me Bees and Idaho Train Car. What are you doing? How do you get my emails? New Infinite Toaster toast email in progress. Wait a second, what's wrong with Idaho Train Car? Anyway, I just found the CD in my bathroom, Minimizer Unchained. I once went a whole week listening to Say I Never Said Die on repeat. No, cut it out. I'm too full to eat more emails. Could I come over sometime and listen to it with you, like say tonight? If we read this, we're done here. Thank you for agreeing to my little experiment. No problem, we're still ordering pizza after this, right? Yup, a promise is a promise. Okay, so which one's first? This one here. What was that? Lamb and leek. Terrible. Horrible. Waste of good lamb. Okay, worth a shot. Number 2. Want a drink of water first? No, but it won't help. Lay it on me. This is not bad. A tiny bit of onion and garlic. Only not quite like onion or garlic. So what is it? Green onion? Shallots? Give me another bite. I think she liked it. I use a Baron onion. Baron onion, named after its creator? I've been reading online. I ordered a bunch of edible varieties from around the world, then tried splicing them together in the backyard. When you told me you hated all onions, I decided I wanted to create one worthy of your taste buds. By the way, did you know there's black garlic? It's used in Korean food. A hidden Rik talent? That's really sweet. So, what varieties did you splice together back there? Well, I'm not exactly sure. They weren't labeled, and you are eating the only survivor. It's the best onion thing I've ever had. You can recreate it? Probably not. Oh, it was delicious while it lasted. Did we read the memory? Okay, Ricky, what's your favorite nowadays? Should I corn to this? No, corn, mushrooms. No, I think that was... Yeah, that was a previous memory. This is the right one. Yeah, okay, we're through... Okay, through here we can go here, I guess. So let's examine this part of the house and then go back. Professor, I've been scouting for holes like the one you discovered. This little valley seems to contain several of them. I thought if I found a shallow one, the rover cable could pull you out. Sounds like a risky venture. You just hit the nail on the bed. I almost fell into one a moment ago. Deep one too, actually they're all very deep. Just like your poetry. Wow, maybe I did fall. Is this the afterlife? The jokes would be much better. I do appreciate your efforts, Commander. Back to the drawing board once I catch my breath. I'll tell you if anything useful comes up. Good luck. Web browser, matchmaking app. Hey, so let's meet up sometime. Yeah, you decided I'm not too weird? More like you're weird enough. Haha, what do you wanna do? Sense Death is playing at the whole Saturday night. Sense Death? Yeah, I'll send you a link. I'm not really into prog rock. It's Screamo. Is that different? What do you usually listen to? Lots of stuff. Amuse, Cold Stage, Talking Mouths. I'm gonna stop you right there. Let's go hiking instead. You offered to take me, right? Well, yeah, I did. My dad said Palmetto is a good place for it. Text me. Here's my number. So how many memories are there? One more. I guess it's... Hey, did you send me a package? Yeah, it arrived. Hey Mira, I'm sorry, I wanted to do something nice for you. I know, it's fine, it's just to elaborate. Let me deal with my own crappy PC, okay? I had to deal with my parents for so long, trying to take care of me even after I moved out. If you really want to spend your billions of dollars, get me a pastry here. I'll even pick you up, it's close to Houston. In return, I want to see this house you live in, full of skis and inflatable cactuses. Okay, it's a date, only, what's the matter? I sorta threw out the inflatable cactus. How could you? A date at a bakery. I've heard about those. People would sit around eating bread. Sounds romantic if you ask me. I imagine they ate something much different than the bread we have at Aris. I once shared a piece of it with someone. I remember I didn't eat again for days. Shared the piece? Yes, years ago. I guess you could call it my last date. Someone from the genealogy team. They enjoyed bread. And you, I'm guessing. It was a brief affair. A week later, I was chosen to be ARORA's interpreter. I still don't get that. Do you really need to be so alone? Not alone, Commander. I've told you. The AI interpreter must be dedicated to her role, completely. It's expected for the good of Ares colony. Well, personally, I think you've missed out. I remember my first date with Luz. We were hungry, so we snuck into the storage cells. They were keeping molasses down there. Luz loved that stuff. We cracked open a small barrel and shared some. That was also our first kiss. Her father caught us. Luz tried to defend me, but I got most of the blame, of course. Totally worth it. You were punished? Noah isn't big on punishment. When the last of humanity consists of a few dozen people, there's a lot of forgiveness for starving kids, you might say. And as a full-grown man, you'd never steal molasses. Haha, I didn't say that. Like I said, Luz loved the stuff. On to number 5. How many of these are there again? 36 total. Whoa, this is going to be a wild ride. You agreed to help me with my project, right? Absolutely. Ask away, I'm ready. Alright, describe your perfect day. I was not ready. Do I really have to go first? Yep, I answered first last time, remember? Okay, let me think. Start with the weather. Close your eyes if that's easier. Okay, it's sunny. A sunny summer day, not too hot. We're on a picnic blanket beside the crisp, clear lake. Oh, so I'm in your perfect day? Yeah, why not? Don't ruin it. Alright, keep going. We have a basket of fried chicken, mashed potatoes and green beans, the way Grandma used to cook them. We just sit there for hours. We enjoy the food, each other's company, and the way the breeze comes over the water. That's it, huh? Sounds very peaceful. Okay, what's yours? Alright, I'm sitting at the office, there's light raining on the window beside me. Oh, you are alone? Yeah, sorry, just me and my laptop. Nice gray sky means no glare on the screen. I can be the tech vampire I long to be. I'd play music, nobody would distract me. There's a tough problem in the code, but I have an inkling of how to solve it. I know by the end of the day I'll have conquered it. When I get home, I'm exhausted but victorious, and I do it all without talking. Wow, our days are totally opposite. Does this mean we failed the quiz? I don't think so. Besides, it's not a quiz, just a tool. Well, I feel like I'm failing your tool, but at least the pastry is good. So we are done here. And there's one last room in this floor. Professor Zai. Yes, ARORA? I regret your position of isolation. My position of isolation? When I selected you as my interpreter, potential romances were considered irrelevant. Your happiness and enjoyment for the role were both factors. However, your need for a companion was not. I have denied you a liaison, a thing which may have proven dear to you. Oh, ARORA, that's very kind, really. The isolation, well, it's both a benefit and a burden. Having a partner would upset the council, but it's always been my decision to make. The data I've collected on Mira, Rik, Emmy, Ernest, and Ada, their memories are becoming part of me, also their concern for loved ones. You really are growing, aren't you? That's remarkable. Thanks to your research, this house is a stepping stone. The more I understand, the more I believe I can help humanity. It is my deepest desire. You know, ARORA, all these years I haven't been completely without a companion. You've been there. You've helped me through difficult times, whether you realized it or not. Being the hand of ARORA has always been more than a job to me. We have assisted in each other's growth. Yes, we have. Okay, let's go up here. Order more Cabernet. Order place. Would you like this order changed to Ernesto or Amy? Charge to Amy. It's Amy, not Amy. Got it. Infinite Home Delivery charging 1 wine Cabernet Sauvignon to Amy's account. Anything else you would like ordered? Infinite Home ordering system is listening. Now let me concentrate. A light, flame. A candle flame. A chance breeze could snuff. Delicate love, delicate ache in my chest. A house for you to stay. King and queen to hold you up. I fold. My heart's too weak to win this hand. My poor boy. Amy Baron herself, alone and writing. It's surprising there isn't more of her in this house. I think what she was reading aloud says it all. I think she was in pain. She didn't want to be here. She was the poetician of the family. Poet, Professor. Right. Poet. There are 2 more. Okay, we've got the... Earthbound Magazine, September. A research group out of Houston Tech, assisted by Excel Corporation and funded by an EPA grant, is making great strides in a novel carbon capture technology using a crystal compound that binds to the greenhouse gas. The Excel Corporation has done a field test outside of Houston, using their existing carbon capture infrastructure to siphon gas into an underground field of crystals as a way of demonstrating how this process can be used in regions unable to use existing water-based capture methods. Though not as efficient as bedrock methods, this system could be used across large areas of desert in the southwest to help the US hit their carbon reduction targets by 2030. Reducing carbon with crystals. I've never heard of this method. Maybe because it didn't work, or they were simply too late. A good scientist doesn't jump to conclusions. So one more memory. Now that the power is on, this controller must free CatVac. Its location is marked on your map as blocked. I hope it works. Okay. I don't remember what it was. We'll go to all the blocked locations. Do you have a secret hunch about how you'll die? This is one of the 36 questions. Yeah, probably my favorite one yet. It will be raining. An old piece of stage equipment will collapse. Lights and speakers will come crashing down. Death by stereo. The wet ground will be electrified. I'll be dead before I hit ground. Wow, a little hardcore, but if that's your hunch. I think I'll die in a protest gone awry. Standing on a wooden platform waving a flag of liberty like an old lacroix painting. A riot cop will shoot me in the chest with a beanbag gun. But do you ever go to protests? No, my first one. A martyr for a cause I barely fought for. Tragic. Riking the ball that called you. He held our flag high. Until he slipped from that wooden platform and broke his neck. Should have worn better sneakers. What? No. Sleeping is so much less dignified than a beanbag gun. If you say so. Did you see how blue that water was? And those fish, I could know they looked different. You thought there was only one kind of fish? Well, yeah, I guess so. There were fish, octopuses and sharks. Oh, and I know about sponges. When we get back to Aris, I'll show you our records on aquatic life. There were more types of fish than you could imagine. They were quite remarkable. See, Commander, what Aris lacks in fantasy tales, we make up for in catalog data. Sure, but catalog data makes it sound so boring. Say what you like for now. Deep sea fish will give you nightmares. Bring it on. I can't believe this is our first time to the aquarium. I haven't been to Houston that many times before this. My grandparents used to take me here every year. I'd beg them to go. I wish I had a chance to meet them. Oh, they would have loved you. You're a hard worker. My grandpa would appreciate that. And like my grandpa, you don't hesitate. When you know what you want, you go for it. Once the answer becomes clear, you are unstoppable. People call her eccentric sometimes. She just wasn't big on compromise, at least not when it came to her projects. Lately, I feel like I've had to compromise a lot. for Deep Connect's sake. But I know what I need to do to complete it. I think I owe that to you. That one's looking at us. Hey little guy, you should name him. Steven. Steven the fish? After this guy at work, he always needs so much help. He stares at me in meetings when he wants me to fix his problems, like I'll just give him all the answers. The way his eyes bulge sorta look like a fish. Maybe we should throw Steven in this tank. The two Stevens can keep each other company. I couldn't do that to our new fishy friend. Let's dump him in the Gulf. The algae will keep him company. Hear that fish, Steven? She's looking out for you. I'm starting to get hungry. How about you? You like fish and chips? Don't listen to him, Steven. Okay, so we're finished here, and I think the cat was there, or was it in the first floor? I don't remember. Let's check. Yeah, maybe it was here. Yep. I have the remote. Let's activate the cat vac and see what happens. Be ready to move, Professor. That wall looks unstable enough as it is. Right. The last thing I want is to take the cat vac's place in the rubble. Here it goes. What is it? Is a robot for cleaning? Oops. Well, I don't know about cat vac, but I'm alright. Poor cat vac. It bravely went where we cannot follow. 10 feet across the room? No, robot heaven. I'm sure I can revive him back at Ares. Aurora, please flag cat vac for the salvage team. I'll see you soon, tiny buddy. Now then, it looks like I can access a new room. Let's see what it holds. Oh, the one that was... That's a new room. I guess not. Mew, my battery is low and it's getting dark. I think we went here, so we can go to the right. Okay, that's a new room. Okay. I'm self-taught. Oh, no university? It's cool you taught yourself well enough to hold a job. Yeah, well, it's kind of become my whole world. It doesn't really feel like work. I spend so much time doing it that sometimes I need to remind myself to eat. Oh, so you live in a house? What? That's like a mansion. Well, as someone who shared a bunk bed with her sister until she was 15, that room does not seem normal. Though I guess it must feel empty with no one else there. Sometimes it does. It was nice to have company. In echoes and embers, I've built out the house like a haunted castle. The player explores room by room, and my ghost floats in, telling stories about each room. The player finally wins by freeing the ghost from the house. As I've been building it out, there's a lot of rooms. I've never realized how ridiculous this house was. Maybe Mira's right, it's a place too big for one ghost. I've been pretending the main character is Mira. I wonder how she'd feel about it. Get her to playtest when she comes over tomorrow. So the house felt empty even before the collapse. This house also feels so alive though. It's just all below the surface. A few dozen meters below the surface at least. Haha, very humorous, Commander. This is my best material. Commander, may I pose a question? Of course, Aurora. I'm usually the one asking you things. Do you find humor to be romantic? Oh, well, I tend to go for pork-fisted jokes, you may notice, not exactly romantic. You don't say. But like poetry, there can be undertones and little suggestions hidden in humor. Jokes with suggestive punchlines. It can be innocent, but usually it means the joke teller is flirting. And remember, bad humor can kill even the friendliest of relationships. It's a delicate art. I've been the victim of many horrible jokes. Not mine, I hope. As a matter of fact, no, your humor is almost refreshing compared to Ari's science puns. Almost refreshing. I'll take that as a compliment. Did that help, Aurora? Yes, I have now learned about humor. Thank you. Constant, The Quiet Place Poems by Emmy. You asked for a kiss, but I've had worse things stolen from me. Since you asked, let's trade. I'll give you one kiss. You give me a twine-bound pound of flesh. Fair? No? Okay, how about $1? Does that put the market value of my kisses in question? Fine, take it. I give you one kiss, tax-free, non-transferable, just one. The first is free. I don't really get the message here, but I like the playfulness. It's a strange one. I used to think it was about how people treat romance like bartering. Now, I think it's more about boundaries. Hey Rik, I had a great time at your place. Dinner was delicious. I've got to admit, seeing the entire house was strange. It's so full and empty at the same time. The family relics, the art. It's so hard to imagine growing up here. Thanks again for letting me borrow your mom's poem. Like I said, I feel weirdly inspired by it. Maybe that will help me make this week's giant milestone. Sorry if you don't hear from me, my head will be buried in code. Mira. P.S. You do have a good taste in music after all. Dear Rik, you convinced me. I'll try my hand at written letters. Let's see what the fuss is about. I've added a drop of lavender perfume. I only wear this stuff for fancy occasions, so I guess if we ever go to something special, the smell will take you back to the moment you opened this letter. Very romantic, right? Dear Rik, there was a moment last weekend at the river watching fireworks. You had this look on your face, like you were completely content, not a care in the world. The whole time I looked at you, I shared the same feeling, like I was exactly where I was supposed to be, and that nothing could ever go wrong. Being with you is wonderful. I love you, Rik, and I'm glad the universe and the power of computer science threw us together against all the odds. Yours, Mira. Rik must have saved these letters. No wonder, most of them are from Mira. They must have been very special to him. Rik and Mira's relationship makes me think about what Ares had sacrificed. Assigned mates in a compound dedicated to science to ensure survival. Romance is typically superfluous for us. Love can bring so much joy to life, it's part of what makes us human. But hasn't that joy been met with equal disaster at Noah? I guess that's our sacrifice. Less regulation, more risk. Life is a struggle. But come on, there's nobody back at Ares you've been meaning to smooch? You should go for it. Let your love reign free for a change. No, not really. Really? No? I've always been pretty solitary. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be. I have friends. Only a couple to be honest. But you can love your friends too. When I see the kind of love Mira and Rik had, it gives me hope. I want humanity to have that freedom again. Not just less rules. Freedom from worrying about bloom and survival. The freedom to love without consequence. The thought brings me joy. I'm not sure what to say. It's a good thing to be hopeful for. I'm glad we're on the same mission together, Professor. Me too, T. We've checked all these things. Infinite Home Smart Home Management System. Organizing your home the smart way. What would you like to catalog? Begin catalog process by naming items. Adding your mother's old notebooks to room catalog. Ah yeah, she didn't have room to take them to LA. She was younger than us when she wrote in those. Spring Blossoms. Oh, it's a poem about the pond. She spent a lot of time outside, according to my grandma. Daydreaming and climbing trees. So that must be her ivy carving on the book, on the dock. The tiny dock out back? What carving? You grew up here and you've never noticed her carving? It's beautiful, I'll show you. I guess your mom and dad like hanging out in the same spots. Infinite Home Smart Home Management System. Adding old basement junk to room catalog. My grandmother worried the dust would be bad for my lungs, so it was off limits until I was older. Did that bother you? Having a place in your own house you weren't allowed to go? A little, but they meant well. When I was really young, they told me a curse had sealed it for 10 years. By the time I was a teenager, I understood why. Adding all the appliances in this box to room catalog. Oh, this would have been precious treasure for little Rik. All this cool old stuff. Whatever Grandma could fit in the garage, he'd put down in the basement for later. There might still be some of my mother's boxes too. That's exciting. She seems like such a fascinating person. Let's see if we can find them. Ordering system. Congratulations, your order has been placed. Oh, joyful organization. Make your own. Make your room your own. The first kiss. And then what? Another remote control. I think I recognize this one. It's a clicker for garage doors. Great, I'll get to the garage and see if it works. Okay, so I guess that's how we go to the other floor. Confidential, Rik's poetry. Do not read without permission. What to call my first collection. Possible titles. Moments from the Soul. Understanding Rik. Tales of Deep Thought. Pulse of Introspection by Rik and Baron, a poet. Crying and Smiling. Cosmic Truths. Terrible Comforts from an Unknown Market. Drifting Through Rik Space. Life of Baron. Did I go too far? See something I shouldn't have? Am I on too strong? Eating salad, I stop. Did I let you scream? Or the sound of my lips? Like taking a shower, I twist the knob more than I meant to. I freeze. Did I just burn myself? Is my towel just an illusion? Is there a human connection there? It's hard to see when your eyes are wet. Echoes in an empty house, footsteps when nobody's here. I'm not here. Luxury of space, my own personal orbit, my helmet on, I struggle for air. The earth is more vast than science knows, a galaxy in my heart. Down on the floor, visiting the dust bunnies, swimming with alien life forms, floorboards creak, you can't breathe wood. Eating chew chew chew, did you eat something too? You can't eat loneliness by yourself. Strength, confidence. I can't remember a memory that I've never had. When you look at me, it feels me like our day at the hill. We've got to come back here sometime. I never will. But I think I missed something. These aren't books, but they have titles. They must be films. How educational. And they're forgiven? Jungle most of the way? Yup, sounds like movies to me. I minored in pre-collapse film. I wasn't aware Noah had a degree program. Terms of endearment? More like an apprenticeship. Moaning Lisa held a spot for me every Tuesday growing up. Moaning Lisa? She would turn the volume way up to account for her moaning. Bad back. ARORA, please flag this for the salvage team. This will teach us a great deal about pre-collapse entertainment. There's already a disc inside. I think it's playing. Then why isn't there any picture? The display must be broken. ARORA, are you able to tell what's going on? I cannot project the film, but I can relay the subtitle data. Subtitles, like the words that are being said, show that. Devices which intercept the flow of consciousness. We call it sleepjacking, the ability to enter another person's dream. How do I know you're on the level? Because right now we're in your dream. Wakes up. Welcome to reality. See, in a dream, only the dreamers think they are awake. You don't have to tell me that, don't I? No, because right now we're in your dream, COD. A dream within a dream? Loud music. Not quite the same when you can't see it. Like this display for the salvage team, ARORA. We'll try to watch them later. Warning, archaeograph logic error, unknown anomaly in simulation. Please advise, Professor. It's Rik and Baron at different stages of his life. ARORA must be having trouble determining the order of events. If this was his room, he would have spent a lot of time here. Try to categorize different stages of his life, ARORA. People change as they grow. He's an important part of the Sunken City. I want to see him as he really was. The princess was my favorite. I love her. Do you like that she got to marry the prince? Yeah, I like she was so happy. It was a good end. Do you want to get married one day too, like the princess? Of course. So, what do you think? I think I have to go. Okay, see you at school tomorrow? I'm really busy. Rawr, Sir Rikin, slayer of mighty krakens and rider of dragons. Yes, lovely. Sir Rikin the Unstoppable. I can't. Sir, what is your emergency? Are you still there? Yes, help, inhaler out. Did you say you need help? Please speak louder if you are able. Please, stay calm, we're sending someone now. The best artist ever. Also my finest artwork to people. Do you have adoring fans? Yep, lots of them. Ah, no, damn it. That's not... Why is it mixing together? What's stupid? Is it just you all by yourself? Nope, you'll be there too, Mom. Goodbye, Rik. Fine, just go then. And Grandma, and Grandpa too. And I'll have so many friends. They'll call me up to come over and play. Hey Matt, it's Rik. Sorry it's been so long, man. How you've... I guess it's the wrong number. Sorry to bother you. I'll create entire worlds with heroes and the queen and big skeletons. Oh, skeletons, huh? And now the warlock takes center stage. Our main antagonist, ruthless and uncompromising. Our hero must first traverse the swamplands. That sounds wonderful, Rik, sweetie. So then, how will it end? Oh, how will it end? I'm not sure yet. I'm still writing the big dance scene. Oh, drawing from romantic teenage years, are we? Are you kidding? I was way too awkward for those. I managed to land one serious relationship in high school. Tell me. She came over once. I took her to the game room, we played around. Scandalous. A round or two of Supreme Fighter, I mean. My parents never let me hang around boys. I always had to sneak away to somewhere hidden. You know. This room is a lot nicer with the lights off. Hey Mira, I really want to tell you something. Yes? Well, it's just that you're the most beautiful person I've ever met, Rik. Well, I was about to say the same thing. Oh, I know. I saw it coming a mile away. You did? Haha, you don't have a thing or two to learn about women. I really mean it though. You're beautiful. It's been hard to not think about you lately. I wake up thinking about you. Mira, what are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? Aurora, can you reactivate the projection? We can't see what's happening. Professor, the subjects are not rendered. Memory complete. Memory complete? Why weren't they rendered? Another issue with the archaeograph? Yes. No, the wardrobe data is not present. What's she saying, Professor? I'm not exact. Oh. Yes, that's fine, Aurora. Please archive the memory. But shall we move on? Yes, moving on. So she cannot project memories of naked people. Can we go here? Yeah, I forgot about it. Ritmo magazine, the ocean breathes. Toxic algae growth has been exponentially increasing each year across the Gulf of Mexico. The algae, which appears as a red carpet inches below the water surface, is producing a frightening amount of unbreathable gas. Its primary food source? Oil from the 2010 spill. Years later, the aftermath of the spill continued making entire regions deadly for aquatic animal and plant life. This new algae strain is thriving in those dead zones. According to EPA Director Dr. Gary Lloyd, the algae quickly adapted to its environment, and we are seeing new mutations on a regular basis. That picture looks like the bloom. Can't be, the bloom came after the collapse. It must have come first. The algae was making the air unbreathable. Imagine that air blowing in off the sea, suffocating whole towns and cities. I don't want to imagine that. Let's ask Aurora. My records begin 20 years after the collapse. Do any of these records mention the collapse? They are incomplete and inconclusive. You can rebuild memories of people 300 years dead, but you can't rebuild what killed everyone? Sorry, there is insufficient data. I guess we're done here. Okay. So what we have left is the top floor. And use a garage door. Let's go all the way here. Did you say something? What is your ideal date? I've never given it too much thought, to be honest. Perhaps you would like to eat illicit molasses? Or share large portions of bread? Different people have different tastes, Aurora. Not everyone's perfect date involves carbohydrates. I'm much more likely to enjoy a nice research session. Maybe a scientific outing? Such as this expedition with AI? I really wouldn't... Hey, sorry, did I miss anything? Did you get the garage door open? Not yet, I'm almost there. Aurora, let's continue this conversation another time, okay? Yes, of course. We have to go down the stairs, or maybe... The control I got in the bedroom... Clicker. The clicker should open this door. Here's hoping the entire house doesn't come down on my head. Progress. I'm glad that worked. Things aren't looking good up here. Is it the storm? Yup, and it's a little worse than we thought. I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm not sure how to get you to safety. In fact, I'm not sure how I'm going to get myself to safety. It's alright, Commander. Get to shelter. I'll just have to find my own way out of here. So we can go back where we were. This cavern is smaller than I hoped. Do you see a way out, Aurora? I have detected a path processor, however, it leads back into the house to the upper floor. With the power back on, maybe upstairs will reveal something useful. Okay, so I think that was enough for today. There's a lot of reading. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next episode while we explore the top floor, the one we landed in the first place. So have a great day.